Well, hello, I'm Rhonda from Joy Junktique, and I'm so glad that you're here today. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I am sharing my design team project for SamPooleDesigns, and I kind of experimented with a few things that I had some found objects, and I wanted to kind of transform them into something that would be like accessories to junk journaling. It was a lot of fun just kind of looking around and just being creative with the things that I had. I just love trying to give them a new purpose and a new life. So that's kind of where I went with that, and I wanted to bring in some of the vintage photos and some of Sam's vintage documents. I also used some of her little typewriter labels. Sam has those beautiful, beautiful kits that just make it so easy to work with. So I really had fun doing this. So I'm going to show you a few things that I put together, and as I cut things out and kind of found things in my stash, kept kind of going with whatever fit together. So that's why I ended up with this. Okay, so let me clear this off for a second. And I want to start with this beautiful little sheer fabric ladies glove, and I just fell in love with it when I found it. So I wanted to somehow incorporate it, and the first thing I thought of was to make a tall skinny journal that could slip down into it. So that's what I've done. We'll look at the front first. I took one of the photos and I just kind of distressed the edges, and I wanted to layer a lot of layers before I put the photo down. So I took a doily, I took just some of this little sequin fabric and some satin, and just layered them on top of each other. And then I took this handmade rose. I have a video of how to make those if you're interested. I'll link it below. But I found this, I think this I had gotten at Hobby Lobby in the wedding section. But this, let me show you where that came from, because that was kind of one of those odd things. So I had found this, and everybody thinks I'm crazy when I buy these kind of things at little vintage shops, but I just love the aging on them and how they're already just shaped, and you know, they get kind of stiff after years, so they hold their shape really good when it comes to the netting and that kind of stuff. So I pulled a little piece off of that, and I kind of mimicked this one by adding some little pearls to it, but I just tucked it under there too to add a little bit more filler. And then I added this cute little label that says start each day with a happy heart, and a little tiny piece of the little black and white black and cream silk ribbon. So I just love how that turned out. It all kind of fell into place as I played with it, so I really love how that turned out. But inside, I've just taken and tucked this little journal in. So I added, I started out with one of the skinny documents, and I added this photo and another little one of those tags, Life is Beautiful. And so when I bound it, I did it the opposite, so the string would come on the outside and I could wrap it around and tie. Just really simple. I didn't want to add any more bulk because I knew it wouldn't fit in the glove if I made it too thick. So there's that. And then as you open, this was a very long document, so I just folded up the bottom and added some of this paper lace doily trim. And then I tucked a little tag in here, just very plain and simple. Like I said, I didn't want to bulk up the journal so it could still fit in the glove. And then I've just got pages from Sam's kits. This is a background page, and this is a document. This is from the Floral Tea kit that she has. And I just went through different kits and just kind of, I'll try to link all the kits below best I can. And I just went through and, you know, just picked pages that kind of brought out the same colors and added a little bit of color. This is from my French book that I always tear out of. So I just added a little piece of lace there, and it just folds out with one of her photos. And I love what it says. It says, "Beauty awakens the soul to act." And I think a lot of us creators can relate to that, because things just speak to us, just like this glove did to me. You know, it just speaks of the beauty you can create. So I just love that. Here's a piece of coffee dyed paper. This is from her vintage Doily kit, and it's printed on coffee dyed paper too. This is just an old piece of notebook paper that's been coffee dyed, and then another little tag. This is also from the vintage Doilies, and I just put it on cardstock and just kind of made a little bookmark out of it. This little angel. I'm not sure which kit that was. I'd have to look that up. This is just an old piece of music. Some more paper. I kind of made it pretty naked so that you know, you can add however you want to it. This is the ledger. Here's an old photo that I tucked in this pocket. And to save space on the pockets, rather than gluing them, I just used a little bit of tape on this one and also on this one, the little washi tape. That way you have more room in your pocket, not having to glue that edge. This is a piece of paper that my grandbabies made for me, and it's just the really plain color, so I really liked how it looked in here. Here's some more actual ledger paper that came out of an old book I have. Here's another digital, and this was from the Ephemera Sheets kit, and they're, I love them. It's just all kind of collaged on there together. So then we're just gonna see the reverse of everything. Here's another piece from that vintage Doily I printed and made a bigger one, bigger bookmark. It's just really plain, but I just felt like that's what I needed to do for this one, for it to fit into that glove. Here's another tag. These tags are from the Shabby Backgrounds. I believe that's what it was anyway. And so I just like how it all came together. It has just a touch of color, not much, but just a little bit. And then here's the last tag. So that's the little book, and it will tie to the front. And tuck back down in here. It's a little snug, but I like that because it actually fills out the glove and makes it not just hang there with fabric. So I like that it's tight, so it fills up that glove really nice. So there's the little journal in the glove. And then this was actually one of my gallon size tea bags. And so when I finish making tea, I just let it kind of dry, and then I empty it out and use it for my crafts. So here was one, and this is where I'd had to cut it to empty it. So I just added a little piece of lace, made a pocket there. And so inside of it, I have some little ephemera pieces. So I made this little envelope out of my old parchment paper, and it just folds up the old way. But that's in one of her kits. And then this unties, and I put a little eyelet there so that you won't lose the ribbon. And then here I just have a lot of little ephemera pieces that you can add to the journal. So since I couldn't make it too thick, I went ahead and just added some pieces that could be used. So this just wraps back around and ties. And I love this little sari silk ribbon. It's so sweet. Makes it feel so vintage to me. And then this went like this, so that it shows from the front. So this is actually the back. And then here's the front. So there's that little ephemera pack back there. I added a little doily under there. I kind of layered here too. Lace and a doily. A little bit of music paper. That was actually to cover the tear. And then a photo, and then I took one of the little photo frames and added to the top and just kind of layered them to where you could see the layers. I added this little pair of scissors that I added my gold wax to, this little ribbon, and a sweet little tassel that came off of some old jewelry. And it says, "Follow your soul, it knows the way." So this can be used with the little journal. Okay, and then this was just one of those little tins. I've lost my tin. It's just one of those little metal tins. And this one was actually plain, just all silver. So I didn't have to do a whole lot to it. But what I did is I gessoed it first, just because it was silver. So I gessoed it, just kind of dry brushed it on there. And then I added my gold wax around all the edges and just here and there, so that it would have that same vintage feel. And then I layered this up with lace and tulle and a little piece of doily, a photo, and it says "Pretty Things." And this was in just a bobby pin that I thought would be pretty on there. And then this sweet little satin flower that I had made. And as you open it up, I have some goodies in here that go with the journal. So I just lined the inside with some of the paper. And then we have all these little goodies in here. So there's the other side. So first I made this little tea bag journal, just with some little leftover pieces of paper. And I just sewed down the middle. So that slips in the bottom, and a little cute little photo on there. And then this, I took the little Glossy Bag and I cut some of Sam's, some more of those little sayings. And then I also reduced the tags and cut those out so that they can be used in the journal as well. They're really cute. I put the little hole at the top. I just shrunk them and made them really cutesy. And I also glued the bag down the middle and folded it so that you could keep these two things separate. And that way when you fold them, they fit in the little tin perfectly. And then this, I just took one of my little tags that I had coffee dyed, and I stamped it and added it to this little clip at the top. And then this is just all kinds of little photos, little miniature photos. I shrunk these two and put them in this little tin. But she has the sweetest little photos in those collections. And also Ladies of the Past is another one. So I just kind of picked some of the photos that I liked from those kits and shrunk them and put them together like that. So that goes down in a little tin like that and closes. So we have this and this and this. And then I also made this cute little tag with one of them I had left over. I just wrapped some lace around it, and where they met I put a button, and then I tucked Two sweet little photos in there. So I was going to show you one more thing that I had thought about making. I'll show you this. When I had done a kit before, I stamped one of these little bags and I actually messed it up. So I just decided to not use it for that and put it aside. But I don't want to just, you know, not use it at all. So I'm going to fix this. But this is another one of those things that's kind of like a found object that you don't know what to do with. But so I have a little piece of lace that I'm going to lay over the top right here. I'm going to lay that over it like that. And then I thought I had this extra picture and I just loved it. I wanted to use it somehow. And then I just took this tiny little piece of scrap fabric and put a tiny little heart. Can you see that? A pin and a little pearl. And I just stuck it right through the photo. So I thought that would be the perfect place to use this. I would just glue that all down like that. So there's another little idea. Just real simple. Doesn't take much to make something look beautiful. And then when I glue this, then I can take and put this little tag in here like that. And look how cute that is. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that because I really like how cute that looks. So it's super simple just to kind of take things that you have and just let your mind imagine a new purpose for it. It just kind of gives a new perspective on things sometimes whenever you find a new purpose for things that you already have or that you've acquired or that just speak to you when you go out and shop. So check out all of Sam's kits, and also don't forget to go check out the other ladies on the team and just see all the things that they're creating, because you will definitely be inspired. So I'm tickled to death with how this turned out, and I hope you like it. And I hope you'll be inspired to look around and see what you have and just start creating. Well, y'all have a wonderful day, and I thank y'all so much for being here. Just know that I love you and feel my hugs, and I will see you soon. God bless.